my wife's favorite decoration up front in front of our house broke. And so I'm going to try and come up with a solution to that problem. So when I looked at it, I saw these two holes right here. And so I'm gonna use those to mount them. And I'm gonna use this 1x1 stick here. And I'm gonna try and dot out a little frame. So the idea, I'm not sure. I mean, I could easily go with just two, stake styled posts to go into the back there. But that won't stop it from rocking back and forth this way. And so the best thing I can do is to come up with maybe a support system here and then screw it in. That way I'm not dealing with rocking back and forth. It'll have multiple points holding it stiff, and then that will give it, a nice and sturdy base. And it'll be something that'll last longer than these little plastic spikes. I mean, this tube seems to be some type of maybe aluminum or something, but this spike right here is plastic and the other one's lost, so that's not good. And then the piece that supported, that attached to the actual light, just broke off, so it doesn't even slot in there anymore. So it's just time to figure out a different solution, more long term, because she likes this sign and I'm not gonna let it go without fighting for it. Okay, so I can easily overthink this thing, but I'm gonna just kind of use these old posts to kind of give me the idea of where I want to be able to drive the stake into the ground. And so I'm just gonna use this right here. Golly! Kind of give me a nice starting spot. I'm gonna say, oh, it's gonna go into the ground up to around here. And so then I can say with this, oh, where do I want the bottom of the post to be? Well, I want the bottom of the sign, not bottom of the post, yeah, bottom of the post, and then the bottom of the sign comes up to here. So I'm gonna wanna come up to at least here on the sign if I want it to stand as tall as it did before. I think it would be beneficial for it just to be a little bit taller. So I'm gonna try and take it to about there. We'll see. I'm gonna take my Swanson Speed Square and I'm gonna give myself a cut right there. And then I should have a few more of these stakes around, and I'll just straight duplicate that. Wouldn't you know, I found one. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna square it up right here, and through absolute ignorance of what could go wrong, I'm just going to take this nifty speed square, line it up, and I'm just gonna do that because I'm just gonna hope and trust that it's the same length. Yeah. So what qualifies me to be able to teach you guys how to do this? Absolutely nothing. But what I'm not claiming to know what I'm doing here, but what I am claiming to know is what it feels like to feel like you don't know anything. And so you just use that as an excuse not to do anything. And I think that helpless feeling is not an excuse. I think it's just something that we use so that we can maybe put it off on somebody else, or we can just pretend like the problem doesn't exist. But really, if we just have a little bit of confidence, we're able to accomplish more than we didn't realize we can accomplish. So I won't even pretend to act like this is I'm going to teach you woodworking. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm not going to let that stop me from doing something. These are all my own projects. So the only person that can be dissatisfied is really me, well, or my wife. But if I mess up, I'll just try again. And then in the end, I learn how to do something new. So that's what this channel's about. This channel's not about teaching trade. It's about doing stuff your stinking self and not using the excuses. I don't know how to do that. That way, I feel empowered and confident later. Okay, so that worked out. They're exactly the same size. So now I'm going to figure out what distance they need to be apart, and then I'll go from there. And then I'm gonna connect this bad boy. I'm gonna cut this down to size and then connect it. Okay, so I had where I want to put these screws in here, and right now we use what we have. So I have these Starbit. I hate Starbit. I have these Starbit screws, and so I'm going to put them in there, and then I'm going to put these on the back of here, and then that'll give me an idea of the length of this piece of wood over here needs to be. It's pretty flat. What you think, Bob Vila? Moment of truth. Hey, it fits. Look at that. Who would have thought? Okay. Well, so this is pretty much it now. I'm gonna drill it in. I do 2-3 screws per side, and then let it be. And then we'll take it out front, hammer it in, and set the sign. Oh, golly. I don't know if you can see, but that thing, I don't know if it's even helping hold it on, but it's down in there. That worked. Okay, well, let's see. Well, it's gonna hold up the sign, so that's the whole point of it. So let's go put it in. Well, that hammered in. I think I could be wrong, but I think they went out, but it hung. So I'm just gonna knock that side down a little bit. So there it is. It's a simple solution. It's a very simple problem. So if you like that, why don't you like and subscribe and join me along for more of these.